Say compost delivery.
Compost delivery.
Woohoo! All right, let's do it. Take it to the garden. Today I'm going to be working on amending some of the first beds that were planted for the fall and winter. So I'm going to be taking out some of the plants that have already bolted, some things that we don't need to save seeds for, some things that are still producing honestly but are rather small or just not worth the wait for me to amend the bed. So let's get started. This is the first bed that I'm going to be working on, and this bed has cilantro that has gone to bolt, snapdragons that I'm going to be leaving in place, dinosaur kale up front, and curly kale in the back. I'm going to be pulling out all of the cilantro because I already have enough cilantro seeds saved, and I'll probably take what's left of the kale and just make some kale chips out of it. A lot of this stuff is still producing, but I'm clearing it out or getting rid of it just based on the fact that I don't really have a lot of extra growing space. So I want to be able to start some things once it's consistently warm and there's no more frost danger, and I really just have to pick and choose what I want at this point. So some of this stuff has got to go. I've taken out everything that I want to clear out of this bed, what I'm going to do is add some bone meal for phosphorus and mushroom compost, and that is all I'm going to be using to amend this bed. So I'm going to mix that in a little bit now that I've cut everything down pretty much to the soil level, and that'll be it. This is the first bed that is done. I have added the bone meal, I've added the compost, raked it over. I did not buy mulch because I'm going to be using pine straw as a mulch, seeing as we have an endless supply of pine straw on our property. But ideally you want to keep your soil covered. You don't want your soil drying out and baking in the sun and losing all of that life that's in your soil. So you want to keep it covered with something. And I'm going to be covering this with pine straw. But this bed is done, and when I'm ready to plant, this bed is ready. Archer actually took my cuttings from that first bed I cleaned out and used it to mulch his garden with. So I guess I'll let him keep that for now. The next bed that I'm going to work on is this bed that I had the broccoli growing in. I'm going to leave the calendula and one broccoli plant in the back and cut back everything else. I forgot that these cabbages are actually in this bed. They're not very big at all, but I'm gonna leave them and just see what happens. Okay, so this is the second bed that I amended today. Took out some old things. I still have some things that I want to let go in this bed, so I just left them where they were. The calendula I'm still collecting to make salve with. The cabbages, I'm just gonna see what those do. They'll probably be really small, I don't know. And then the broccoli in the back that has flowered, I'm leaving that so that I can save seeds from that. So this is the second bed and it is all ready to go.